You know what? People was asking me, who's they, when you said that we lost the information. Well, it's kind of deep because the day is like somebody you just can't just disclose. And even the ones that is participating in it, they don't sometimes even dare to talk, much less hardly know. But to give you an idea, you could say prior before the 1600s and like during the 1500s, it was like the skimmage going on with all the different churches and stuff. But it wasn't like how we think it is today. You see, it was a time where it was just about magic. Everything was magic. Everybody knew how to do witchcraft and wizardry. That's what you hear about this dark age and medieval age and all that stuff. They even try to classify it with the Egyptians and Babylonians, the Persians, the Chaldeans. Everybody is accused of this sorcery and magic. Well, it's not quite true in a sense till they've created what's called heresy. These is now when you got your conquerors, the people who came and conquered the land. You got these people who came from the Caucasus Mountains. Look at it like this. Everybody in society was doing magic, but everybody was stood to their own tribe. They had their own star beings. They had their own deities. They represent their own gods. And now you got these group of people who come. They see all of this, but they just really at their birth, at the beginning. So they're just a destructive force. They don't know good from evil, much less what they're doing. All they want to do is pleasure in the lower animal self. So they're just raping and privileging the land and taking all the foods that they can. So once they saw what was there as far as our civilized nation, the way we had our government set up, our systems set up, our judicial systems, they started to monopolize off of that and started to want to take it over. So you got families that started coming together. These is your Celtics, your Goths. All these is like pseudo version of the original black ones. They all, was their great grandfathers and everything. But eventually, because of the color change, due to the sun's magnetic field, and you got a lot of light-skinned people in the breeding with other light-skinned, and so forth. You got, what's up, brother? We got these other races of people that got created. And so they the ones now who came out of the Caucasus Mountains and started just raging havoc on society. So with them doing that now, they the ones who really had to take the knowledge of the wizardship, the witchcraft stuff. Back then, wizard and witchcraft was like a divine word. It meant like most closest to God, underneath the breast of God, or the right and left hand pillar of God. But later on, they made it like it was heresy to do that, because once they took over, they started taking people and taxing the land. People used to live for free on land. Nobody had to pay for living, So when it got to the point where people had to pay to rest their heads, people had to pay to eat, people had to pay to sleep, it got a little out of hand. So people started plotting against the government using witchcraft, and that's how you get your Warcrafts created, your Obia. All of these was in the time of conquering. Well, this is also part of the time of the great skirmish between different churches, where you got your Lutherans separated from your Martins and your Catholics, and everybody just went through a skirmish. So what wound up happening now, they wound up coming together under one society and said they had to fix this problem. And so we could go back from when it first originally started with Constantine and Alexander the Great. When they conquered Egypt, they saw this information and they hid it. They destroyed all the temples and categorized it into the Library of Alexandria, and that was in Egypt, but it was all the collected books. And so what wound up happening, they take all of that now out of society. So the people was now dumb. They didn't have their knowledge of their ancestors no more. They relocated them to different locations all over the globe. And so you have the diaspora, or whatever you call that word. And so nobody now don't know their true information. They don't even know what foods to eat. You got them having kids, so now you got these people believe, hi, I'm Norwegian, hi, I'm Celtic, hi, I'm American, hi. You know, and then none of those. You got to realize every conquered country or island or state, they switched the people with the people that was conquered. So you're never going to have the actual people that did it and that lived there. They was already displaced. The only way you could connect people now is, I guess, through their genetic traits or whatever. But to be honest, everybody comes from the black germ. So wherever you see people, like it was once black people there first. That's it. But once, you know, the deep part of this is that spiritually we have to know the truth to align yourself. It's not about what color is superior and all this other stuff. It's about truth. And if you don't have truth in you, your soul is not going to be able to ascend out of you, and you will know the wrong information. That leaves you in a state of delusion, so you can't manifest or will what you're supposed to in existence if somebody told you a lie. It's the same like a God don't tell you his name, because then you'll be able to control him. You understand? So you can't know certain things. I mean, you can't do certain things if you don't know certain things. So you got to understand the significance of understanding that whole synopsis right there, because it's very important. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with y'all for now. You know, let me see, hold on.